G'day guys, Cam here again, Human Electrical Design, with another episode of Ask a Sparky. So tonight I'm going to cover a question that I get asked all the time with people who have solar panels on their roof. And what they're asking me is, how do I get these things working better? They don't seem to be saving me as much money as I'd like to, and there's some really simple ways to go about it. So the first one is, we're just going to just quickly try and understand buying and selling of electricity. Okay, so when we buy electricity, right, I'm not going to get into cents per kilowatt hour, etc., and confuse everyone, but effectively, if you can understand, we buy electricity for this much money, okay, and we sell it from when we generate it and we sell it back to the grid, we sell it for this much, okay, so it's pretty uneven, okay, but that's how it is, okay, we buy it for this and we sell it for that. All right, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're using all the electricity inside our home that we're making on our roof, because that way we're effectively, instead of selling it to the grid for that, we're going to use it and it's going to be worth this much, okay, per kilowatt hour. So what we're going to do is we need to have a look in our house and say, right, what is using all of our electricity and when am I using it? Okay, so the number one biggest user of electricity in your home, if you have it, is an electric storage hot water service. Okay, so that's your big, 200 litre, 150 litre, 300 litre tank outside that's got an electric element in it, okay? So basically, if you can understand it, that's like having 3 or 4 kettles on flat out whenever that thing's trying to heat up, okay? There's not much difference between a massive, a massive kettle and a hot water service. They do the same thing, same type of technology, okay? So if you can understand, that's drawing a heap of power, okay? And what happens is, generally most of the time, that hot water service is on at night time, okay? Everyone gets home from work, home from school, has a shower, uses some of the hot water, okay? It gets filled with cold water again and heats up, okay? So it's heating up at night and there's no sun at night, okay? So you're not bringing in any electricity, you're not creating any electricity on your roof, so you're having to buy your electricity from the grid for this much, okay? So how do we stop doing that? So what we can do is we can set up your hot water service on a timer arrangement, okay? Because you might find that your hot water is going to have enough hot water in it for you guys to have a shower at night and also have a shower in the morning if that's how your house operates, okay? Sure, you might have to take shorter showers, but this could save you a lot of money, okay? So what we can do is we can set up your hot water service so it's only going to get electricity and able to heat up in the middle of the day, okay? So for most families out there, the middle of the day, mum and dad are at work, kids are at school, and generally speaking, you're not using much electricity at home in the middle of the day, okay? So what better time to have your hot water service kick in and use all that power that the sun's creating so that you're saving yourself money, okay? You're not selling it in the middle of the day for this much. You're going to be using all the electricity that your roof's making to heat up your hot water service, okay? So we can put timers in for that. You can do it yourself, okay, manually, all right, if you don't want to go through the expense of doing that. Out in your switchboard, you'll have a switch out there that says main switch hot water. You can actually turn that off at night time, make sure it's not going to work during the night, and you can go out and manually turn it back on during the day. If you forget, you're going to have cold water, but it's a really cheap way of trying to save yourself some money. Okay, so another thing that you can do, okay, is you can actually contact your retailer, okay, so that's whoever sends you the bill to pay your electricity with, and you can ask them for a report, and they can give you a report on your house for every half hour or 1 hour, depending on who you're with, of what your energy usage is. So you can look throughout the day and see, okay, I'm using a lot of electricity during these hours, and not so much during these. So you can try and even out your electricity usage during the sunlight hours, okay? So that could be putting your dishwasher on a timer when you leave for work, okay? So if you load up with your breakfast dishes, most dishwashers will have a timer on it. You can delay the time that it turns on by up to 4 hours, okay? So maybe you set a delay on that. If you like to put a load of washing on before you go to work, then maybe you can put that on a delay. So it's going to be working in the middle of the day after the dishwasher finishes, so you're using all that electricity, okay? So pretty simple things to do. I don't suggest doing it with a dryer, okay? Bit of a safety risk. I like to be home when the dryer's on. If you use a dryer, okay, I wouldn't suggest putting that on in the middle of the day when no one's home, just in case something goes wrong. So there's a couple of really simple tips for you on how to save some money with your electricity, okay? So I hope that helps. If you've got any more questions for me, please comment below, okay? Ask the Sparky. We're doing it for another week or so, so keep asking, share it with your friends, like the page, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye.